Welcome to Entertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. Today we'll be looking at 20 family members who are professional fighters and they faced off against each other. You rarely see this happen because it's just kind of weird to see brothers or a son and father fighting professionally. It would have been great to see the Klitschko brothers go at it when they were heavyweight champions, but it would never happen because they refused to fight each other. Let's get started. Back in 2011, Evolution Combat Sports Championship held their Evolution 2 brother versus brother event where they held a fight, obviously between two brothers. The fight took place in New Mexico and brothers Paco Castillo and Angel Castillo fought each other. As a pro, Paco Castillo has a record of 11 wins and 31 losses, but this fight was early in his career and his record stood at 3-13. Angel Castillo on the other side has never won a fight, but only fought 3 times, and this fight was his second pro fight ever. The fight was mostly fought on the ground, and in the end the older brother Paco Castillo won by a split decision. The fight was extremely close, but the experience of not only being the older brother, but having a ton more fights led to the victory for the older brother. Now we have Fedor and Alexander Emelianenko somewhat going at it. First they competed in the Sambo tournament in Russia.
Ну,
вот и вся интрига.
Да, это была просто показательная встреча.
Obviously this fight was planned out as they decided early in their career that they would never fight hard enough to inflict pain on each other. Fedor, the older brother, took the win as they agreed for him to win. Then we have this video where they spar each other and go a little bit harder. They are obviously not going with full power, but Fedor is significantly smaller than his little brother, but was able to get the better punches in. Maybe it's just a matter of respect and Alexander didn't want to throw as much as his older brother, who is possibly the best MMA fighter of all time. You don't want to wake up the monster. I couldn't find footage of this fight, but the Jakubowski brothers fought each other back in 1993. Marty is the older brother by 4 years, and he had an incredible record of 125 fights, winning 118 of them. He was even good enough to go up against Julio Cesar Chavez twice, which he of course lost by TKO in both fights.
Tough kid. Round 6, scheduled for 10. At one point, there's Chavez with a lunging right.
El tercero sobre la plataforma está interviniendo.
Eric, the younger brother, had 32 fights and was able to win 22 of them. One of his famous fights was against Arturo Gatti, which he lost by TKO.
Starting to bunch his elbows at Rick's.
Arturo, what we have here is Arturo Gatti.
Good, keep moving. Don't do that, just keep moving.
The brothers fought in 1993 after Marty's original opponent didn't show up. His brother stepped right in after having a few beers, and nobody knew they were brothers. Marty was able to stop him to the body in the 5th round. That's a pretty good brother right there. He stepped in so his brother doesn't lose the money after training for so long and then going to the fight and then have your opponent never coming in. That's pretty good, brother. Ricky Hatton and Matthew Hatton were both British boxers, with Ricky achieving greater success. They never fought each other professionally, but they have sparred on a couple of occasions, and here is one of those videos. Matthew Hatton is the younger brother, but he is a little bigger than Ricky. And Ricky seemed to be the more aggressive brother in this session, and he got the better punches, while Matthew was just looking for the counter. In his career, Ricky did manage to become a champion, but ended his career after being defeated in his biggest fights against Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. Matthew was able to challenge for the light middleweight title against Canelo, but although he did survive all 12 rounds, he got a pretty good beatdown.
Found this, not because not once in his career, fights back and eats a right hand.
These two brothers named Chad and Jake decided to fly to Thailand to train for a while in Muay Thai and eventually fight each other in a semi-professional setting. They trained for 2 weeks before the big fight. I can't say they really learned much during their training, but Chad seemed to have been doing better since he has trained for boxing before going to Thailand. The thing they immediately forgot upon starting the fight was not to lean back. I guess it's just instinct thinking that if you pull your head back, you will get further away from the punches, but it's so much easier to get knocked out this way. In the end, they gave them a draw, but they really wanted to learn who the winner was, so they asked the trainer, and he told them that Jake won, the younger brother.
Technically, Jake scored more points.
This is another fight that I would have loved to see footage of, but I tried hard and was unable to find anything. This happened in 2006 when Dubin Jr. was ready to box his opponent that never showed up. Somebody had to step in order for the fight to go on and still get his money. So it was his father who had the job of making this continue. Jr. was only 19 years old and had 6 pro fights up to this point. While his father was 39 years old and had 1 pro fight. The father weighed in at 304 pounds for this fight, and he was pretty big for his previous fight too. Jr. only weighed 228 pounds, but with a crowd in complete shock, he was able to beat his father via technical knockout in the 2nd round. The father never fought again, while his son competed many more times, finishing his career with 15 wins and 7 defeats. Now we get to the truly professional fights. In this fight, we have 2 Japanese kickboxing brothers going at it. This is a kickboxing fight between older brother Hirotaka and younger brother Koya Urabe. This fight happened in 2015 at the K1 World GP. These guys train together every day and have constant sparring matches. The fight started with Koya starting quickly from his southpaw position and controlled the entire fight with hard low kicks that affected Hirotaka quite a bit since he already fought multiple times that night and had received a lot of kicks. They did it again later that year, and this time the older brother came out with a victory via a jumping knee knockout in the 3rd round. We end with 2 boxing brothers named Kazuo and Katsuaki Eguchi. They met in 1983 trying to win the vacant Japanese minimum weight championship. Kazuo was the older brother at 24 years of age and Katsuaki was only 20. Kazuo was a stronger brother and was also a southpaw. Kazuo was able to knock down his brother in the first round and tried to look away during the count so he wouldn't have to look at him. Kazuo finally got the knockout win in the 6th round with a crazy left hand uppercut. Kazuo was really concerned for his brother and he didn't really celebrate. The fans were also in complete shock since these brothers were throwing heavy leather the entire fight. It was a great fight though. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see two brothers go at it inside the boxing ring or in the octagon. Personally, I would like to see this more often, but I would probably feel pretty bad at the end of the fight, especially if one sibling won via a knockout. Then imagine if they show the mother and father during the fight, how sad and disappointed they would be. That would suck. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. Also, make sure to turn on those notifications. Thanks for watching. See you next time.